Hello, fellow lightworkers and spiritual warriors. Welcome to the February 2024 edition of the 5D Messages from Mount Shasta. I am Dr. Christina Samesha, intuitive guide and author. I have been posting monthly podcasts of channeled messages from Mount Shasta, root chakra of the planet, to inspire and support fellow lightworkers as we shift into a higher state of consciousness and help the collective with this ascension process. Please make sure to sign up on my YouTube channel to receive my latest podcasts. Just as we anticipated, January was an action-packed month. We closed out the month with Pluto entering back into Aquarius, and then Uranus and Taurus also stationed direct. We start off February full steam ahead with no planets in retrograde until April 1st. February is Aquarius season, and boy, do we have a lot happening in Aquarius. For those of you who are on the trajectory of aligning with this new age, February will likely be an internal month, and a month of huge activations and alignments, which will hopefully also spark more of the planet to get on board in creating this new Earth. The highlight of February is that we have 3 of our personal planets, Mercury, Mars, and Venus, conjunct Pluto in Aquarius at 0 degrees, which is extremely rare. We have never experienced this in our lifetime. We also have a rare North Node in Aries and Chiron conjunction mid-month as well. All of these alignments are indicating that we are moving further along this new age, which will hopefully shift the direction of what we are seeing on the 3D world stage at the moment. It appears as though the puppet masters of the 3D are attempting to steer the whole world towards war. But hopefully these rare Aquarian alignments will serve to wake those who have been sleeping in order to stop things before it gets too far. Let's examine all of these placements to understand how they will interact together and how significant this year will be. As I have mentioned in previous podcasts, Pluto is the planet of transformation. Pluto stays in a sign for a significant amount of time compared to other signs, in order to transform the part of the collective that that sign represents. Pluto entered into Aquarius last March, but retrograded back into Capricorn, and then recently stationed direct back into Aquarius. The last time Pluto was in Aquarius was in 1777, which coincided with the American and French Revolution. This year will be the last year that Pluto will retrograde back into Capricorn, which will transpire in September. This also happens to be eclipse season, so expect September to be an intense month. This will be the final cleanup of the areas that Capricorn rules, such as government, corporations, and financial institutions. This last backtrack into Capricorn will likely create some crumbling in the 3D, which will likely last until the end of the year, because Pluto moves back into Aquarius towards the end of the year and will remain there for the next 20 years, transforming the Aquarian aspects of our lives, which include personal freedom and doing what's best for the collective. Pluto also represents power, and hopefully during its 20-year transit, we will see the power shift back to the people. It's time for us to create a world that benefits all, not just a few. In addition, Uranus, which is the planet that rules Aquarius and represents change and innovation, will remain in Taurus, which represents our material world, finances, and how we value ourselves, until 2026. Uranus, just like Pluto and Neptune, is an outer planet, which means that it has a profound impact on the collective. The Pluto and Uranus alignments are really building some energetic momentum and moving us further along this new age. The last time Uranus was in Taurus was between 1935 and 1942, which coincided with the Great Depression and World War II. Having Pluto in Aquarius, while Uranus is in Taurus at the same time, will definitely ignite some revolutionary spirit. This is not meant to scare you, but to instill hope that change is inevitable, and to remind you that it's imperative for us to focus on positive changes we would like to see. As things start to fall apart, it is important for us not to succumb to fear, anger, nor division, but to step into a higher frequency. Uranus in Taurus is not a comfortable placement, seeing that Taurus likes comfort and stability, and Uranus is here to shake things up. Taurus is very resistant to change, but Uranus is here to remind us that change is necessary and inevitable. Uranus also represents authenticity. This transit will also be challenging our Taurus constructs to examine outdated programming that is no longer serving us. Hopefully and most likely, this Uranus transit will bring about some well-needed changes in our physical reality. And based on all that we're seeing on the world stage, this is definitely transpiring. Hopefully, we will see more of an evolution of thought in terms of changing our systems on a conceptual level than a revolution in terms of guns and war. Within the next 2 years, we will likely see the demise of some of our systems as we embody our own sovereignty. As we travel through February, we'll first experience Mercury, which represents how we think, conjunct Pluto at 0 degrees of Aquarius on the 5th. This will hopefully spark some changes in our collective ideology. On the 11th, our North Node in Aries will conjunct Chiron in Aries. Our North Node is our collective destiny, and Chiron is our collective healing. Hopefully, the power of this alignment will infuse our world with some collective healing as we continue with this ascension journey and begin transforming our world to a higher level of consciousness. Being in Aries, this alignment also has initiation power, which will hopefully bring about some humanitarian efforts to bring peace to our world. This alignment is also here to remind us to embody the Aries characteristics, which means standing in our power and not to be afraid as things become more chaotic. We know that the next big thing or things are coming, and it's time for us to step up and take the lead in helping humanity through this. Remember, we reincarnated for this job. It is time for us to take initiative, which is very much this North Node in Aries energy, and release our dependencies on these corrupt systems, the illusions we hold about them, and start creating some better structures. We are here to show others the way out of the darkness and into the light, which is why we are here right now on one of the most transformative times on this planet. On the 14th, Mars will now conjunct Pluto at 0 degrees of Aquarius. We may want to be mindful of this time to not allow this Mars energy to ignite too much fire and aggression, seeing that we will also be influenced by our North Node in Aries conjunction with Chiron. And then a few days later, on the 16th, Venus will conjunct Pluto at 0 degrees of Aquarius, hopefully reminding us to keep leading with our hearts and diffuse some of the aggression sparked by Mars. To sum it up, February will be a very powerful month. So please make sure to practice self-care and grounding. So let's keep shining the light and focusing on creating a new Earth. If you would like to know more, please follow me on YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook. You could also visit my website, Christina Psyd, that's Christina with the CHPSYD.com, for more information regarding this collective evolution we are experiencing, as well as information regarding my book, The Journey of Discovering Inner Peace, which has many valuable tools that can be helpful in navigating this challenging yet amazing time. I am so excited to be sharing another amazing month with all of you. Stay tuned for my next podcast in March. Sending all of you lots of love and light from the heart of Mount Shasta.